Welcome back. So that was Back in Black by AC/DC. And so I do actually want to say something before I bring Zombie up and before I take this gummy, because I actually want to be somewhat sound of mind when I say this. Uh, so obviously, with everything going on in the world, the big story is, the assassination of Charlie Kirk, the MAGA mouthpiece, shitpost podcaster. A lot of things are going on right now, unfortunately, in the U.S. to where even if you say you disagreed with the man, that it's now considered hate speech of some weird sort. However, there will be some discussion about him around the assassination tonight, and around possibly what we could expect moving forward when it comes to how just everything goes with free speech and golly. Okay, it's funny. I haven't even taken a gummy, and my brain is still scattered. But I am going to tone myself down when it comes to my opinions on him, because anyone who knows me knows I did not like the man. Could not stand him. However, I am biting my tongue slightly, and that is only because he has 2 children under the age of 3 that don't deserve to be involved in any of this crap. And there's already plenty of mouthpieces on the internet just alone that have already been saying what we've all been thinking. So for me, there's no reason to really repeat all that. However, I am going to go in a little bit to detail, at least when it comes to my special interests, about how Charlie died, and also that strange well, not really strange video. To me, it's a little strange, and it might be to other folks, but the video that Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, posted of his embalmed body, which you don't see his face, you only see his hands. But before I get into all that, I'm going to bring Zombie on before I go into a tangent. I'm going to let you in, woman. Give me a second.
I have no problem.
Right, I'll let you be my anger translator for this one.
Because I am also going to be my anger translator.
Right. But yeah, it's just it's like, well, happy September 11th Eve.
That is the slight perk of being unemployed.
Yeah, that's another thing, is that unfortunately a lot of folks who have some have celebrated his death, which I'm not celebrating it. To me, I'm just more so indifferent. I'm just like, oh, okay. But yeah, there are folks out there who are celebrating it, which you shouldn't. Nobody should be celebrating gun violence. However, however, it's a little ironic. I digress. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of folks are now being doxxed on different websites of their employers and whatnot if they say anything negative about Charlie Kirk, even if it's constructive criticism. So it's just like, it's a lose-lose situation right now. So meanwhile, you're like, I don't have
no job to be fired from.
Who are they going to call? You?
Yeah, exactly.
Who are they going to call? Your dad?
We need to call our boss. Hello?
That's actually been
we need to fire Zombie. This is Zombie. Bye.
Right. It's like, I'm self-employed, bitches. But it's actually been kind of funny because the folks, like, there are some folks on TikTok who actually have TikTok as their means of an income, or they're just self-employed with whatever they're doing, whether it be like, Etsy shop, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's funny because there's been, extremists who have been threatening to dox these users. And a lot of these users are like, I'm technically by law unemployed, even though I would say self-employed. So who are you going to call? Me?
Exactly.
Am I going to answer the phone? Am I going to fire myself?
I mean, for my part, Charlie Kirk was a deplorable human being. Mm-hmm. And there not a single tear has been shed from me since his untimely
Mhm.
passing.
Mhm.
I do feel bad for his children. His wife,
Yeah, I have mixed feelings on her, to be honest. I really do. I feel like me
what I'll say about her is she is exactly the type of person who would marry Charlie Kirk.
right. I mean, they were definitely made for each other. I'll give her that. They were soulmates.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm I don't know how I should feel about her because that press conference that she had.
I didn't watch it. I didn't want to give her
I
the day.
I watched bits and pieces of it. It unfortunately did seem performative, which is a sad thing to say. However, folks like these will exploit the dead. Even if it is Charlie Kirk, they'll exploit the dead.
Mhm.
And yeah, her behavior was a little strange during that. And I just feel like that if she truly is grieving that hard, she should have not have done that, press release
I don't
eulogy
think.
thing.
I mean, I don't think it's up to anybody to determine how somebody grieves. She
Yeah,
might.
yeah.
I mean, it's entirely possible. I'm not making excuses for the woman. I don't like her,
Mm-hmm.
but it's entirely possible that she's sort of in the denial stage right now. And so,
Okay, very fair.
right now, she's just kind of on go, 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 and like
Yeah,
not really registering the situation.
yeah,
It's different than shock. Like shock is like, you and I were talking about Jackie Kennedy, how she was probably too much in shock to like change out her outfit. This is
yeah,
definitely not the case, but there is a definite possibility that Mrs. Kirk is sort of in a state of denial right now. And so for her, everything is still somehow strangely normal.
mm-hmm.
And so that may explain it. Not making excuses for the woman.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch the
Just
press
explaining
conference.
a normal human grieving behavior.
Yeah.
Which, hey, we're all about expressing grief as long as it's in a healthy manner and not self-destructive.
Or destructive towards others.
Yeah. Although I kind of disagree with what she said about how she had to explain to, I believe it's the 3-year-old daughter, because they have a 3-year-old. I want to say the little boy's like almost a year old. I want to say like 10, 12 months, like still kind of baby toddler's age.
Yeah.
And when she had to quote unquote explain to her 3-year-old what happened to daddy, she said something that I don't exactly agree with because it also somewhat puts blame on the child, even though there's no blame on the child. She said that daddy's on a work trip with Jesus to help fund your blueberry budget.
What?
As innocent as that might sound, it's that's not exactly, it's not age appropriate.
Manipulative.
Yeah, it's not age appropriate at all. You can explain to a child about their parent or loved one passing without accidentally or intentionally putting blame on them.
Yeah, no, like I said, she is exactly the kind of person who would marry somebody like Charlie Kirk.
Mm-hmm.
And I could say that of a lot of women on the right.
Yeah.
But I have shed 0 tears since this guy died.
Mm-hmm.
Was I shocked when I found out? Yeah, I was. Because like,
oh yeah, because I told you, because I found out. I was like, holy shit.
It was completely left field. Like that was not
right.
on my 25 bingo card.
Yeah, well, it was almost to be expected because gun violence is gun violence. Mm-hmm. However, it's just like out of nowhere, this guy.
Yeah, out of nowhere, like yo, him. And it's just, but it's all in like. The way you don't get assassinated is you don't be a shitty human being, or you stick your neck out. And in Mr. Kirk's case, it was definitely the former. The guy was poisonous everywhere he went. He was sort of the right-wing darling who went to basically convert college-age men to right-wingism.
Well, yeah, he was a really hardcore promoting Christian nationalism. He did that with, his quote unquote, charity work with Turning Point USA.
Mm-hmm.
It was more so like recruiting, young men and women, because, women could also be, white Christian nationalists.
Oh, yeah. 53% of white women voted for Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Like, white women are not going to save us. And I say that as a white woman.
I mean, same here.
But no, like, I was shocked by Charlie Kirk's death. I think there definitely is a line you should draw between, because like his kids really don't deserve to like.
Oh no, they're way too young to understand anything that's going on.
Yeah.
Or at least like adult problems that are going on right now with all that.
But yeah. Rest in piss, I mean peace.
Jesus. But it's like after seeing the news about it, then I go on social media and the first thing I see is, oh look, it's a clip from the Utah. Oh Jesus, that's a lot of blood.
Yeah, well, he was nabbed in like the
aorta and the jugular.
Yeah, like right in the jugular and the aorta. So he was definitely dead before he hit the ground. And
any frequently asked questions when it comes to stuff like that. For anyone who's thinking that he excuse me,
that he burped.
What? Yeah, that's it. Well, he kind of burped out of his neck, but all right, I'll reel it back in. I told myself I wasn't gonna be that much of a dick, but God, now I lost my train of thought. But yeah, for folks that were wondering if he had any chance of survival, it almost absolutely none, because he was hit in a place where he bled out pretty much immediately. Like anyone who has seen the video, I'll go into a little bit of detail, but not like completely graphic. But within seconds, he already lost a liter of blood, and he had already slumped and did something called decorate posturing, meaning that the limbs are drawn inward. They like if anyone's who's ever sprayed like a spider and their legs curl in automatically, humans will do the same thing during either a traumatic brain injury or a severe sudden loss of blood.
Yeah, if you've seen like any comedy death where they do the and flop over, that thing.
Yeah, it's similar to that, but obviously a little bit more, disturbing to see.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, he pretty much was dead before he hit the ground.
Yeah, there was no way of surviving that. Guy bled out in like seconds. Because those are like those are two like really important veins.
I mentioned a zombie last night. It's like, unless someone immediately just jammed their fingers into that wound and stopped the blood flow, or at least tried to slow it down, he might have had a chance. Like a very slim chance. But since no one got to him quickly enough, yeah, he was dead before he hit the ground.
I don't think anybody could have gotten to him quickly enough. Like, there was no way he was surviving that injury. In fact, a video regarding that kind of pose that he did appeared in my suggestions. And
Jesus.
It said that 10% survival rate.
So you'd have to be extremely fucking lucky or literally right next to a hospital.
Mm-hmm. Let me think. My brain is kind of out of it because I'm fried.
No, you're good. But also, if for anyone who's seen, Erica Kirk's post about, or that video showing her, just kissing Charlie's embalmed corpse, essentially. Yeah, I love how everybody's just saying, "Oh no, that's fake. There's no way. It looks like a dummy." And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I'm the only one who's ever seen embalmed bodies. But yeah, for anyone wondering, yes, you can get that jaundicey yellow after death, and if you're not embalmed properly, or if they don't wash your body, yes, it's going to be very yellow, and you're going to look like you have liver cancer. And even after embalming just on its own, you're going to look very fake until you have the correct makeup and whatnot put on to make you look like you're sleeping, to make you more human-like and not death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
that's why I thought my great grandma was just sleeping. I guess that mortician did a good job.
And that's a good mortician too.
Yeah.
So I don't know what happened if they decided not to do any sort of makeup and just do the embalming, because technically he had to be flown from Utah to Arizona to where he's from, and for the most part, when it comes to legality with the embalming and stuff, legally you do not need to have your corpse embalmed when you die, unless there's complete putrefaction and there's no way you can cover up that smell, and you still want a funeral and a viewing, you're gonna have to have embalming of some sort, or if your body's being flown from state to state, because especially from Utah to Arizona is a very hot state. That is going to speed up decomposition very quickly in the cargo hold of a plane. And you're going to have what was a fresh 31-year-old body be very nasty after a couple of hours. So my guess is that. I'm sorry.
Just
what happened?
Roll a giant fridge off the plane. Pat. Yep, he's in here. He might have to thaw out for a few days.
That just reminded me of something that was said at my father's funeral. I mean, if we want to talk about dead dads, oh god, okay. The gummy that I cook's now kicking in. Now my filter's right out the fucking window. No, yeah. Speaking of dead dads, so my dad was buried in February, right, upstate New York. There was snow on the ground, and I forgot who mentioned this, but somebody in the family mentioned, like, well, Dan's gonna be mad that we're burying him underneath the snow. We can't even dig up the plot yet. It's just like, oh no. But yeah, what you said about the fridge made me think about that. I'm like, oh, well, gotta wait till things thaw out.
Refrigerators are a thing. I have, that's how I preserve the rats I feed to my snakes.
Well, yeah, because lower temperatures slow down decomposition. It doesn't stop it, but it slows it down. I mean, same with embalming. That's the common misconception with embalming, is that a lot of folks think that once you're embalmed, you're staying like that forever. No, you're not. Usually after the first year, then you really start going downhill, and after about once you get to year 5, it's kind of soup in there. It's like a dashi broth. That's honestly probably what my dad's casket looks like right now. It's just it looks like bone broth. Oh yeah, welcome to the gallows humor part of the stream, y'all. Oh yeah, death trigger warning. Yeah, I don't mind talking about my own shit. So
yeah,
it's like I've lived through it. It's already happened. Can't change it. I want to say when they do body transport and, in commercial planes, I want to say they do have some sort of refrigeration unit, not anything fancy.
I don't exactly think anybody wants a dead body on the plane that is not like being preserved in some form.
Right. Well, yeah. It's like, what's that smell?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, passengers, start breathing through your mouth. Don't breathe through your nose. Which actually, this is a good segue to about the Uber driver that you had.
Oh yeah.
We want to get to slightly happier topics.
Yeah, while I was driving home, the Lyft driver that I took home was an ex-cop. And he had a lot of stories to tell about, like, a day on the job. And a lot of them involved murders and rotting bodies.
How fun! I mean, the life of a cop.
Yeah, he was like, the smell of rotting or burning human flesh is a smell that will never leave your nose.
There's actually been written documentation that once you smell, human decomposition, you will remember that for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I believe it. I'm over here like
Go ahead.
Oh, like I'm over here like I've always smelled, mild decomposition, just a little funky. Then you have like, your ex-cop Uber driver who's, smell the whole spectrum of death.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have both my brothers who have done that too, because one's retired, the other one's current firefighter.
And EMS, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've noticed that when it comes to the fire department, you're kind of dual trained for the most part, because sometimes they're gonna need guys in the ambulance to help with patients. Other times they're gonna need guys hosing down burning buildings. Like my oldest brother, he went from being a firefighter for I don't know when he went and did the transition of going from fire to just straight EMS. I want to say it was around the time my nephew was born, his son, so like 13 some odd years ago. But yeah, he just got tired of running into burning buildings, and he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna ride in the ambulance now.
I'm gonna go run to gruesome car crashes instead.
Pretty much. I mean, as a firefighter, he did that anyway.
Yeah. I still think you need to reach out to your brother and see if you can get a gig as a makeup artist at the fire station.
Oh yeah, the other brother.
Yes. You need to reach out to him.
It's ironic because all the makeup that I have actually came from him, because at the training academy out at the West End, had a bag full of really expensive cinema grade special effects makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And they're essentially using this bag as like a trash can. They're just kind of throwing random shit in there. And my brother, he sees the bag and he's like, wow, there's actually some good stuff in here. So he takes like the actual trash parts out. And he takes it home and then gives it to me. He's like, hey, whatever you could salvage, you could keep. And lucky for me, was also lucky but unlucky at the same time, a thing of Vaseline burst open in there, and it was all over every single fucking container. However, it sealed every container. So the containers, the makeup inside were still good. It's just I had to wash them off.
Yeah.
So in a way, it just kind of saved everything from being, cross-contaminated with the trash.
If you sign up for the makeup artist training thing, you can have access to all kinds of stuff to work with.
I know so many toys.
Yes. So you need to get in contact with them and see if you can set that up.
All right.
I'm going to poke you about it.
I actually looked up the website that provides most of the products, and it's called Casualty Simulate. And I kind of went through the price list. Ballpark, I have about $5,000 worth of stuff. That was free.
Damn.
Oh, yeah. Hell, I could just whip out 2 random containers and I can make myself look bruised to hell if I want to right now.
I remember you showed me some of the makeup and I was just like, And I thought that, you know, you like punched something, but you were like, no, that's makeup. I'm like, damn, good job.
Yeah.
It's honestly difficult for me to be like, I've been around like so many diseased and sick animals and stuff that, and I bleed every month, that I'm just kind of jaded by now. Like, huh, have you ever seen a hernia? I have.
Intestines.
What do you make of Charlie Kirk's killer? Nobody can seem to come to an agreement on, like, what
Hi,
this guy's
Joey.
motives are, what side of the political spectrum he's on, whether he has like a manifesto or not. Like, nobody can agree.
Well, Joey sounds like she has a lot of opinions on the topic. She knows the manifesto. That's why she knows who's in the Epstein files. She knows the manifesto for Tyler Robinson. I've heard so many different conflicting things.
Exactly.
Like I've heard from the right that he's tranny liberal. It's like no, and then I hear from the left it's just like MAGA Republican, and then there's two different versions of the registered voting thing for this kid. One's a Democrat, the other's a Republican. Then you have his fucking grandma coming out of left field. It's just like, no, we're a MAGA family. It's just like, what the hell is going on?
The other thing is just like, he has a trans furry boyfriend, and
right. It's like,
first of all, was not a boyfriend; it was a girlfriend.
Right.
He was trans. But it's also just like that lines up so well with everything the right wing hates that I am questioning it.
It's quote unquote too perfect of a coincidence.
Exactly. And so it's just like nobody can make up their minds about this guy. The FBI is definitely not gonna help.
Well, Kash Patel believes that he's gonna be reunited with Charlie in Valhalla of all places. What, sir? Yeah, he said this during the fucking press conference. He said, "I will see you in Valhalla, my brother." I'm like, bro.
What?
Yeah, it made no fucking sense. However, I thought a little bit more about it, and unfortunately, this is an unfortunate thing. A lot of white supremacists,
that's what I
will draw from Nordic. Will draw from Nordic stuff.
Nordic. I mean, that was the Nazis' whole shtick. Was we are the Norsemen. We're the Norsemen. We, are from these noble Nords. We will all go to Valhalla. But at the same time, it's like it's fucking Kash Patel saying this.
Right. It's like, bro, like, your fucking Hindu family's probably pissed right now, man.
No, not even that. It's just like, bro, you've never fought a fucking day in your life. You know how you get into Valhalla?
Valhalla is reserved for warriors who die a glorious death.
Yes. Valhalla is the warrior's afterlife of the glorious dead.
Mm-hmm.
You fall into none of those categories.
Yeah. And sorry to say, guys, but Charlie Kirk didn't fall in that category either.
Hell, I will probably say Charlie Kirk has probably gotten into more fights than you.
Honestly, probably, yeah.
Like, bro could probably throw a punch way better than you can, and so it's just like, no, he's not in Valhalla, neither are you.
Oh god, that reminds me of that one clip of Charlie, at an event where someone had asked him a question about like late stage capitalism or something like that, and this poor guy said something that pissed off Charlie, and Charlie immediately started yelling at the dude, got up from the fucking chair that he was here in, and the guy who was asking the question was an Asian man, and Charlie said, "Listen here, you C word." For anyone who knows, fill in the blank. Like, listen here, you C word. I have I'm a capitalist. I live a capitalist life every single day. I'm like, dude, calm the fuck down.
I mean, that is kind of how capitalists are. Capitalists, like, make capitalism their religion.
Oh, God.
I know this because I have known multiple capitalists.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, money is just like, capital is their whole thing.
Yeah, that whole Valhalla comment was fucking funny as hell. I'm like, dude, what? Although, funny enough, today, Mom was watching/listening to the Senate hearing, ironically, for Kash Patel, and I hear Kash yell, not yell, but he said something about something else being bullshit, and I perked up and I just decided to be petty. I was like, ooh, he said a bad word. FBI director said a bad word. And Mom actually started laughing because I was just like, ooh, he said bullshit.
So
It's, I mean, it's like this whole fucking year, this whole fucking timeline's a fucking circus at this point.
2025, I mean, just like Trump administration aside, has been fucking wild.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, just completely off the rails. But yeah, Kash Patel and the FBI are not going to be helping us figure this out. Utah's government, notoriously conservative, so they will of course jump on the conservative narrative.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like nobody really actually knows anything about this person.
Mm-mm.
However, the one who did it first this year, or I think it was this year, the terrorist charges against him were dropped.
Yeah, I saw that Luigi Mangione, so he's not going to be charged with terrorism, which he technically doesn't. He doesn't meet the qualifications of a terrorist, unless you're a billionaire.
That charge was such bullshit. Like everybody saw that, and everybody was like, "The fuck? Why is he being charged with terrorism?" Like, most of the citizen populace, in fact, I want to say like 85% of us were like, we don't feel threatened by this guy. In fact,
Right.
I don't even feel threatened by Charlie Kirk's killer. Like,
I would be a little bit weary of Charlie Kirk's killer, mainly because he's a white kid.
Well, so is Luigi.
Luigi's an Italian ass name.
Well, Luigi is Italian, but Italian is white. Like,
I understand that. No, I'm kidding. I would trust Luigi more than I would this kid, but yeah.
Well, I mean, same here, but that's mostly because I don't know a lot about him. From what I understand, though, he is apparently very intellectual. Like, that is something that everybody is saying across the board. Very intellectual, very intelligent person.
Well, Luigi or the new kid?
Charlie Kirk's killer.
Oh, okay.
I keep forgetting his name.
I think Tyler Robinson, if I'm saying it right.
I want to say it's Tyler, like Tyler or Taylor.
Yeah.
Either way, like, if this guy was like, if this guy wanted to be a terrorist, he would not have stopped at Charlie Kirk.
Oh no, he would have just opened fire on everybody.
He would have opened fire and turned it into a mass casualty event. That's what.
Oh yeah.
Or he would have planted a bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Like those kinds of things are acts of terrorism.
Oh yeah, because terrorism is to strike fear and panic into the general population.
Yeah. Whereas, assassinations definitely do not fall in that category. Now, can assassinations be led by terrorist organizations? Yes. Yes, they can.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Just look at you know, there's countless examples in history. However, a lot of your assassinations are meant to target specific individuals or
Mm-hmm.
and not the general public. You don't shoot the president, for example, like in JFK's case, and say, all of you are next. All 350 million of you are next.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, usually with like something like that, it's one and done.
Exactly. And so it's just like, if Tyler Robinson wanted to have this be an act of terror, he would have gone after he would have turned it into a mass casualty event. He would not have just gone after Charlie Kirk. Because terrorist tactics are meant to create chaos and fear. I think that this person just had a major beef with Charlie Kirk. It really can be that simple. Occam's razor dictates that the simplest answer is generally the correct one. And I believe that is the case in this instance. I think this person was chagrined by Charlie Kirk in some way, and decided to go after him and succeeded.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione became disillusioned with American capitalism and targeted a healthcare CEO, most likely due to his own struggles with chronic pain, because he has chronic back issues. And so it's just like these types of things are not a general threat to the public. Now, are public figures going to tread a little more carefully? Probably.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because I know there's some like prominent podcasters, even ones who are ideologically polarized to Charlie Kirk, are saying that they're a little scared now because they feel like their prominence has put a target on their back. And I'm just, and like, there's going to be extremists, but generally, I should think that if you are not a shit human being, your chance of being assassinated goes down. But yeah, nobody can agree on. There's so many conflicting stories on what this guy's motive was, what ideological spectrum he's on, and if he had a manifesto or not, and what were his ties. And it's getting annoying, honestly.
It's like, can we have an interview with this dude? I just want to see how his brain ticks. Well,
no, for me, it's getting annoying because, like, even folks, on the left and progressives are like, oh, it's all a conspiracy. And I'm just like, y'all sound stupid. Like, not everything has to be a conspiracy.
Yeah, that goes from both sides, because both sides are guilty of that shit.
Yeah. It's just like, kind of hypocritical if you're like, oh, the right wing are these big conspiracists, but then when Charlie Kirk is murdered, you're like, oh, it's a false flag operation. It's, I mean, I think anything is up in the air at this point because nobody is being clear about anything. But it is possible that this guy is a white supremacist, a militant white supremacist who is trying to start a race war. Or, start a new civil war. Because I think some white supremacist groups ascribe to that belief. However, like the whole, like, oh, it's a false flag operation. Oh, it's, like they are trying to, they set this guy up and everything, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Like, I'm open to all theories, but yeah, some I'm just like, really?
For me, I mean, again, I am very much an ascriber of Occam's razor, and I genuinely think that this guy, I mean, actually, let's take a few steps back. Let's rewind a little bit to like when fresh off of this happened. The first thing everybody was saying was like, oh, this was a professional hit. Oh, it was military, who were doing this. And then we find out that it was just some white kid with a hunting rifle.
Right.
And
yeah, he went from being a hitman to a trans person to all kinds of crazy shit.
And now the left is like, oh, it's a false flag operation. Oh, they're framing him for, to save themselves. They're trying to like find an excuse to declare a martial law. And I'm just like, where did y'all's critical thinking skills evaporate?
Right.
Because, like, again, the simplest answer is often the correct one. And I really think that this guy just had it out for Charlie Kirk, possibly the rest of the Republican Party, but obviously specifically Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
And went after him. I really think it could be as simple as that. Like, does the whole martial law thing, does that work kind of in Trump's favor? Yeah, it does. But I don't think this is not some ingenious operation, y'all. This is
not
some genius in the office. None of them are. In fact, fucking Pete Hegseth, fucking like added a journalist to the public to a text chat about military plans. Like, these guys are.
Wait, hold on. So to get the truth about Tyler Robinson, we just have to get Pete Hegseth when he's drunk?
Right.
Yo, I got some whiskey, my guy. You want to hang out?
Right. But it's just like, no, that's not what happened. In some ways, this does work in Trump's favor. Now he can use this to say, oh, well, I need to declare. He recently declared martial law in Memphis, Tennessee. And I was like, why fucking Memphis, Tennessee?
I understand somewhat that would be Memphis, because Memphis is the one more Democratic cities, but also it's in Tennessee.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. It's just like,
Memphis, it's like, yes, it's a more Democratic city. However, it's in a very red state.
It's in blood red Tennessee, and I remember hearing about that. So it's just like martial law in Tennessee. Like that one was another one I did not see coming, because like I would expect that it has been happening, in LA, like blue states. Of course, I kind of expect him to go that route, but fucking Tennessee, I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Is your head broken? Yes. But yeah,
start sending them to Florida. Send them to Miami. Send them to Huntsville, Alabama. That's a nice Democratic city in the deep ass South. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that. Don't hate me, David. Sorry. Get your dad out of there.
Well, if they go to Miami, if he tries to take over Miami, Florida, he has to deal with all the Florida men.
Oh, God. One Florida man is already as bad as, like, the Incredible Hulk. Imagine a whole state full of them.
Yep.
You may as well have just got fucking, assembled the Cajun Avengers at that point.
Cajun Avengers.
I almost said the Cajun Navy, but that's actually a thing. But I was just like, all right, the Cajun Avengers, let's go. We got, Florida man.
I'm pretty certain that the Florida man is actually a very rare species of hominid, and the reason it is so rare is because it has very few survival instincts. It is the lemming of the human species.
We could say that about plenty of reptile herpers that live in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them are missing digits.
Yep.
Because they both decided they want to handle extremely venomous cobras, and they both got bitten on a finger.
You mean to tell me there are not extremely venomous cobras out there?
False water cobra is not that well. It's mildly venomous, but it's not medically significant. Yeah, the bitch. But it's like, Tyler Nolan, handled Naga, the queen herself, and yeah, got fucking bit, almost died. Then you got Chandler, who went over to goddamn India, was free handling Indian cobras and got nailed.
A wild Indian cobra.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing for him to handle his snakes, like back when Kevin the King Cobra was still alive. He handled his own snakes on the daily. They knew him. They were used to him and his bullshit. This wild Indian cobra was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, Indian cobras are already like one of the more high-strung venomous snakes you can have in your collection. So to go out, first of all, to fly all the way to a country that doesn't have a lot of resources at its disposal for any medical incidents, and then go out into the fucking boonies of that country and free handle an Indian cobra, a wild Indian cobra. Why did he ever think that was going to go well?
Because he's another one who almost died because of it.
Uh-huh.
If I remember correctly, he had to get treated, obviously, in India, but also in America when he got back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, that venom don't fuck around. Like, he's really happy to be alive. At least with Tyler Nolan, he got bit in Florida. He was near a hospital.
Yeah, that's kind of the other thing I begrudge Chandler for. Like, he knew how to handle these snakes responsibly.
Mm-hmm.
He knew how he knew what the risk was, and he still took it. And now the anti-venom that could have been used for folks in India, for Indians who've gotten accidentally bit, that's one less dose for them. That's one less hospital bed for them. That's less resources for them.
Yeah, because they shouldn't be really. I don't want to say wasting resources. However, it's almost like, well, you could have actually, for the most part, prevented this bite, my guy, by not free handling the snake.
He could have prevented this bite. He knew how to responsibly approach the situation, and he did not. And as a result, somebody in India got less medical care, or somebody in India had to possibly died from a cobra bite. Like, that for me, that did feel very selfish.
Yeah. Yeah, at least like with Ed and Emily of Snake Discovery, they both have their venomous licenses. However, they don't free handle these animals. They actually double hook a lot, and I actually love them for that.
Double hook, to be honest, I probably would not double hook, because double hooking looks so precarious. Like,
I mean, fair. You could drop the danger sausage and then it bites you.
And if the snake gets bigger, then I don't know if that kind of thing is possible. Like king cobras, for example. King cobras, you cannot handle those snakes with a snake hook. They are too big.
Oh no.
Same and black mambas. Black mambas are too athletic. And so it's like the whole double hook thing, like, it feels like it provides a sense of security more than actually makes you more secure. I think one hook definitely is the most secure way to handle a venomous animal.
Nobody try this at home. We're just two professional idiots.
Yeah, we're just some dumbasses on the internet.
I mean, I have handled a copperhead, so I do have some venomous experience. You almost got your nose eaten off by a cottonmouth.
Yep, I did. Almost got it snapped right off, and probably would have bit the dust right there because we were like miles and miles away from any hospital.
Yeah, the middle of the fucking, wilderness of Oklahoma.
Lake Thunderbird, anybody, if you know where that is.
That's where Zombie almost, got her nose eaten off by a fucking cottonmouth.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I probably have told the story on the show before, but with me, I got to free handle a baby copperhead when I was 4 years old, and I even brought it inside the house.
While I go to the bathroom.
Yeah. Joe, you got 4 minutes, honey. But yeah, when I was 4 years old, I apparently caught a baby copperhead and brought it inside the house. Mom screamed and maybe take it back outside. I let it go, but somehow I never got bit. But that's actually a tattoo I want to get in the future. Is of a copperhead snake with flowers around it. It is the very first snake I've ever handled, and the very first venomous snake I've ever handled. So yes, I have at least bare minimum 31 years of experience with venomous snakes. Because over the years, I have handled adult copperheads in my area, and they're normally fairly chill. Just don't manhandle them because they will get fucking anal at that point. But if I were to ever keep venomous snakes, I probably would start with a copperhead because one, yes, their venom is medically significant, but it's not going to kill you. It's going to ruin your week, yes, but it's not going to kill you. But also, if I need access to anti-venom, there's going to be plenty of copperhead anti-venom around here, so it's not going to be a big deal. So, Joe.
I am back.
Yeah, talking about my experience with copperheads and how I want to get one as a tattoo. And maybe in the future, own one as a pet.
Joey.
Because at least if I get bit by a copperhead, one, I probably won't die. And two, at least I have access to anti-venom.
And you can actually use a tourniquet to minimize the damage, which if you get bit by an elapid, that is not the case.
Nope. Yeah, I know, like, my oldest brother, he got bit by a copperhead, God, like 20 some odd years ago. Because he was wearing, mandals, man sandals. And he lives kind of in the fucking woods, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That's the feel his neighborhood gives off. And, he stepped out of his car and unknowingly stepped on a copperhead, and the copperhead tagged him. And he said that pain was probably some of the worst pain of his life, but they gave him Dilaudid at the hospital so he could see through walls. Yeah, he thought he had x-ray vision. He was high as hell. But he had some gnarly swelling and pain, but that was about it.
Yeah.
Of course, our mom thought he was going to die, but I think I was like 15 or 16 at the time. I was telling her, I'm like, he's not going to die. He's going to be sick for a little bit, but he's not going to die.
Yeah, their venom is necrotic, meaning that it attacks the cells of your body. It is not like elapids, which is neurotoxic, which attacks your nervous system. Much harder to treat. You guys may have heard of sarin. That's a nerve gas. That's the kind of, it's also very hard to treat and works very quickly and very effectively. And so if you're going to choose between getting bitten by a rattlesnake or a coral snake, go with the rattlesnake.
Yeah. And copperheads are related to vipers, so that's even more fun.
Well, they are a viper. It's not that they're related. They are a viper.
You'd think I would remember this. But, oh my goodness. Actually, speaking of venomous animals, I love how the other day you were, like, so gung-ho, you're like, I need a burgundy eagle-eyed bird-eater spider right now.
Well, like, because I'm gonna be building this rainforest enclosure. It's gonna be a minute before I can afford a rainbow boa.
Yeah.
To occupy it. And so I'm like kind of seeing if there's something I could put in there in the meantime. The thing about Goliath bird eaters though is that they do, like, if you have a female, they can live like 20, 30 years.
Oh yeah, they get fucking old, but the males are like 5 to 7 years if you're lucky.
Mm-hmm. And so it's just like, if I get a Goliath bird eater and it molts out female, well, I got a Goliath bird eater for the next 20, 30 years.
Yep. Which you may as well have another cat or dog at that point. Actually, you're more in turtle territory.
Oh, it's
like turtle and parrot.
Horse.
You're like, damn, this thing lives in horse years. All right, there, Seabiscuit.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a cute name for a fucking big ass tarantula, though. Right. Seabiscuit. Here, Seabiscuit.
Oh, I love the tippy tappies. I miss the tippy tappies.
The little subadult female that I sent you pictures of earlier, she was doing the tippy tappies on my arm hair. It was super cute.
Because tarantulas, when they walk, they tippy tappy. They go tippy tappy tippy.
Right, they use their delicate little paws. Which, fun fact, y'all, spiders, most spider species like tarantulas do have paws.
They do have paws. Oh, speaking of paws, I need to feed a horsey cat.
Oh yeah, you're 2 minutes late, so she's mad. Oh my goodness. Yummy meow. My goodness, she has so much to say. Oh, fuck, this just in. Fucking Jimmy Kimmel's been canceled.
Fucking Kimmel,
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel, really?
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel's show pulled off air over Charlie Kirk comments. All right, so he just got ganked. Yep, so now, Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel. Well, fucking hell, watch out, Jon Stewart. Shit. And Seth Meyers.
They need to form their own TV network.
I would subscribe to that. I'd fucking watch the shit out of that. Meow, meow, meow. Oh, wait a minute. That's probably why Joey is yelling at us. It was over Jimmy Kimmel. She knew. Oh, excuse me.
I return.
But actually, speaking of the Tippy Tappies, for anyone who's followed the channel forever how long, my two mamas, my two breeding females did pass away today. They were both almost 4 years old, and that is long for a hisser. They were the first part of the first generation of babies I ever had from Lucille and Carolyn. But still got plenty of fucking babies, and I'm probably going to wait until spring of next year before I introduce any female or females to any more boys to get, more babies. Mainly because it's going to be hard on them physically if they're going to try to, deliver healthy babies in the cold. Because even though my bedroom doesn't get like any cooler than like 60 some odd degrees, that's still pretty chilly for a tropical insect.
Mm-hmm.
So since I don't want to, prematurely kill my hissers, like, yeah, I'm going to wait until it gets warmer again before I do any breeding. But I do have a male that I want to breed, and that's my big boy, literally named Big Boy because he's fucking huge. This big old black and almost like Doberman coloration. It's just black and tan. He's a big boy. I just got to see which lady or maybe a pair of ladies will produce pretty babies, because that's I want to try to get more like big males that are more red in color. I'm doing a pretty good job apparently of getting a lot of red females. Just need some red boys.
Comedy Central needs to go rogue and hire Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel.
Right.
Like, I swear to God, nobody is getting a fucking memo. And the memo is, y'all need to form like your own thing. Not be scattered to the winds. Unite.
Right. Gather up the political comedian Avengers. Jon Stewart will be Nick Fury, though. He's one of the OGs.
He is one of the OGs. I love Jon Stewart.
I mean, same.
Mm-hmm. And you love his purr.
He's got a nice voice. I'll give him that, son of a bitch. It's like when he talks normal, it's like, damn, where did this voice come from, sir?
He also can apparently sing blues. I was like surprised by that, but
hello, sir?
Then I thought about it again and I was like, actually, yeah, I can see it.
Like, how does this kid from Jersey do all that? Like, the fuck?
But no, like, I'm hoping that Comedy Central just goes completely rogue, because Paramount's probably going to come after Jon Stewart. And sometimes, like, this happened with McDonald's in Russia, where, the whole, because McDonald's tried to shut down every single branch they had in Russia, and all the ones in Russia said, no, we quit, and just formed their own thing. I think Comedy Central should do that if Paramount tries to come after The Daily Show. And hire Colbert and Jimmy Kimmel.
Right, next thing you know, like, Seth Meyers is like joining them and everything.
Next thing you know, you have an entire network that is just bent on laughing Trump out of the classroom.
Right. And that has got to be Trump's worst fucking nightmare at this point.
Well, yeah, he's probably real pleased with himself that Jimmy Kimmel has been canceled, but this is not the last he's going to see of Jimmy Kimmel.
I mean, Steve Colbert, even though he's still going to be on for a few more months, he's been just giving no fucks whatsoever.
I still have mixed feelings about him, but
yeah.
I just wish more folks got them out. Like right now, everybody seems to be like, aha, podcasts. And I'm just like, nobody is going to be listening to like 15, 20 different podcasts. Okay? Like, y'all need to get band together. But no, nobody listens to me.
Right. You're like, I manifest this shit for nothing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when it comes to podcasts, yeah, I've only ever listened to like maybe 2 at a time. I'm not going to subscribe to 20 different fucking idiots, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have enough time to listen to that many different podcasts, too. It's like, the fuck?
Exactly. And it's getting annoying where everybody's like, I'm going to start a podcast. And it's just like, I'm not watching it. I have enough to watch.
Meanwhile, even though we're 87 episodes in, we've started a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the irony.
Well, we're all over the place. You know, we're not here to spill any tea. We're here to just bitch. We're here to reserve the right to bitch.
Pretty much.
By golly, we're keeping.
We're practicing our First Amendment rights by bitching.
Practicing our First Amendment free speech.
It's like, while we still have a semblance of it.
No, we don't. And honestly, we haven't for a while. Like, I mean, in fact, if you want to go way, way back, this was like, you know, one of the founding fathers really kind of signed away free speech.
Oh, fun.
Because he was the one who introduced the Alien Enemies Act and also introduced abilities to crack down on protest against the government. Mm-hmm. And so, like, if you think about it, and I'm sure if you ask any Native American or Black person, the United States has been an authoritarian state for a very long time.
Okay, fair. Oof.
The difference is that the cancer is starting to grow on the skin.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more noticeable.
Exactly. I said, you know, even back in 2016, I said that Trump is a symptom, not the cause. You know, like, he deserves no credit for anything. That guy has never done anything in his entire life. He has been enabled by others. And he was enabled by the existing system in the United States. He got the power because he was enabled to do so.
I mean, also Nepo baby. I mean,
it's a Nepo baby. No, that's what I mean. It's just like he's never done anything original. He's never done anything himself. He has always been able to do something because somebody else enabled him to do so. And in this case, it's the entire American institution that enabled him to become president. But he is not the sole proprietor of everything evil that is happening right now. No, we were headed here.
Right.
Fact,
he just helped us speed up the process.
For some demographics, we have been here. And I mean, there's some that I ascribe more blame to than others. Reagan is one of them, and definitely Bush. Bush was the one who signed into law the Department of Homeland Security, and he was also the one who created ICE. This crisis we're in would not have been possible without that.
We wouldn't have the unholy marriage of Kirsty Noem and ICE.
Yeah.
Fucking Ice Barbie. What the? Ugh.
And so it's like, are we under an authoritarian regime? Yes. Have we been an authoritarian country for a significant portion of our history, if not the entire history? Also, yes. The Japanese probably thought FDR was a fascist regime.
That's saying a lot for that time period. Whew.
Black folks probably thought of every president as a fascist regime. Indigenous population. Like, and so it's just like,
make America great again. It was never great to begin with.
Exactly. That's why it always gets me just like, you just hate America. I'm like, you noticed.
Right? It's like, whoa, finally, you actually can see. You can read between the lines. Yes.
It's the weakest comeback ever, especially when it comes from liberals. I
Yep.
am not a liberal. I am a leftist. Tends towards socialism. And it's just like, the blue collar liberals are like, you must hate America. And I'm just like, why, yes, I do. Clutch thy pearls and see. Yeah, it's just weak comeback.
God, I still think it's hysterical that I only found out like a few months ago that my grandma was technically an illegal immigrant for 10 years.
If you're a white person, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, especially during, the 1940s, because I think there was bigger issues on hand than illegal immigrants.
But I mean, at the same time, the fact that we've been here before is kind of a comfort, because it's just like, this is not our first rodeo.
Right.
Is this possibly one of our most intense ones since the Civil War? Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not our first. But after everything is said and done, we need to build we're probably going to have to build from the ground up, and we cannot be a democracy again. We have to be something else.
Yeah, we have to start figuring shit out for real. Ow. Because it's bad when you can almost empathize with religious folks. It's like, damn, this sucks. I can see why folks think it's the end time. Shit.
Yeah. Speaking of, there's a pastor running for Senate, and it was kind of wild. Like, I heard about them. I mean, I've lived in Texas for 3 years, and so, like,
You're like, speaking of rodeos.
I'm just like, why is everybody making a big deal about this Democrat? No fucking Democrat is ever going to win in a congressional seat in Texas. But there was enough talk about him that I did decide to look into it. And I have to admit, like, I mean, I knew the guy was a pastor. His name is James Tellerico, I think his name is. And, I saw one of his sermons, and I was like, okay, this should give me an idea of who this guy is. So I watched it, and I'm just like, I've never agreed so much with a Christian.
Right. You're like, I'm surprised at my damn self right now.
Yeah. I mean, he was talking about the social ill of Christian nationalism and how it turns against God and the teachings of Jesus Christ. And he provided examples.
Mm-hmm.
And he also talked about how we need free healthcare, free public to protect public education, including keeping the 10 Commandments out of schools. We need to have a better social security net. And how, Christ was basically the first hippie. Like,
oh yeah.
And how he even said that, back in the day, we didn't call ourselves Christians. We just called ourselves the way. And like, there's a lot of stuff he was saying. And I was just like, I agree a lot with what this guy has to say.
Right.
I mean, and in fact, he even spoke up for abortion.
Wow.
A Christian pastor decried striking down Roe v. Wade.
That's a fucking unicorn right there.
I know. A Christian pastor in Texas
who supports, who's pro-choice.
Pro-choice. And so I was just like, well, okay, I like this guy's energy. I hope he does well. I don't expect him to win still.
You're like, you have my seal of approval, but I don't expect you to win, my guy.
Yeah. Best of luck to you, buddy. I'm waving at you from across the state line.
You're like, you can do it. I believe in you. Oh yeah. Speaking of religion, Mom actually wants to find me a copy of the Torah now, since I mentioned wanting to get that. But I also told her that I do want to get a copy of the Quran. Then she gave me a weird look, but at least she knows I want a copy of it now.
I can totally not get you a copy of the Quran.
I mean, the copy that you have, you said, is like the closest Arabic to English translation that you could get, like the best one.
Yeah, from what I understand, the copy that I have, is the most accurate translation of the Quran to English.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read it, and honestly, it's kind of, I mean, I don't like to praise religious texts, but it's a much more engaging read than the Bible ever was. Because, like, it's actually telling a story and not just saying, and the Lord said this, and this happened. This person said this, and this happened. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. at least the the Quran tries to be compelling.
I mean, I do have a copy of the Holy Bible, New King James Version, if anyone's interested. I do have a copy of the Book of Mormon. That was a fucking adventure to get that book.
Book of Mormons are insufferable. They're
stalkers. I can tell you that from experience.
I would say slightly worse, and I have experience with both, so I can say this. Mormons are worse than Jehovah's Witnesses with proselytizing. And I say that as somebody whose devout Jehovah's Witness grandmother took her on missions.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly didn't know what I was doing there. We'd be going for.
But also they were just like, hey, let's bring this kid along. They'll want to join if they're kids. Kids always get.
She would dress me up too. She would dress me up in a little black dress and do my hair, put a little bow, and then we'd go door knocking, and I'd wonder what the fuck I was doing, other than just being bored. Though there are definitely some times where it's like my Nana was like, there's this cute little girl. Don't you want your little girl to be as cute as this one? Well, join the Jehovah's Witnesses.
God, how I got my copy of the fucking Book of Mormon was just so funny. So I don't think I've told this story on the show before. I know I've told you this story, but this is back in 2019 when I used to work at Burger King. And, oh god, fuck, I lost my train of thought. God damn it. So, fun fact, y'all, my bag of gummies has turned into one giant gummy, and I have had to cut portions off of it. So, I don't know how much I took tonight. But, yeah, pretty much. Oh, yeah, now I remember what I was talking about. So, yeah, back when I worked at Burger King, there used to be these three same, like, Mormon, like, freshly turned 18-year-olds. And I was in, like, my late 20s at the time. And, same three Mormon missionary guys would, come in, get ice cream cones, leave. After a while, one of them comes up to me, and it's, baby-faced looking blonde kid, essentially, asking me about, my religious preferences and whatnot. And I'm trying to get him off my fucking back, but not be rude at the same time because I needed that job. And I told him, like, the truth. I was like, hey, I do own the Holy Bible. I also own a book on demonology. And I'll give it to him. He rolled with the punches, and somehow I remembered at that point. I was just like, hey, if I don't have the Book of Mormon, this this kid's face lit up. He's like, wait right here. I'm like, what? This kid runs out to like their little shitty, like beat up car, comes back with the book, the literal Book of Mormon, and gives it to me. I was like, oh, thank you. And then I think I still have this business card, but he put his number down and another guy's number. He's like, anytime you want to meet up and learn about the the Book of Mormon, give us a call. It's like, oh, okay, thanks. But like for weeks,
who offered to help me do Bible study to learn about the Bible, and I'm like, no thanks.
Right. I mean, granted, for a few weeks after that encounter, the same dudes would come in, that same guy. He'd be like, hi, Christine. I'm like, hey, Alex, or whatever your name is. It was just so awkward. But I still have that book.
I want to read the Bible academically so I can argue better. And he was like, oh, I could help you. I could, help you learn, do Bible study and teach you the ways of the Bible and everything. And I'm like, not in that way.
Hey, welcome back, Kay. Oh, you had some food? What'd you eat? And what I ended up cooking today was actually bacon mac and cheese, and it turned out amazing. It's a big fucking dairy bomb, but it's good. Oh, nice.
Yes, it sounds like death by shitting 1,000 miles per hour for me.
I mean, if you wanted to reach Mars before Elon Musk.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, I got my own shit rocket.
Yep.
Aww. Well, that's because Zombie's a good cook. Speaking of, that's right. The reason why we were on sabbatical is because Kay was visiting Zombie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, speaking of.
It went very well. I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
But it was great. We kept waking up at like 5 a.m. and both of us were mad about it. My only possible explanation for it is that like we're both used to sleeping alone. And so when there's another person in the bed, where our bodies were just like, intruder alert.
Right.
That's because I put in earplugs.
Right. It's harder to wake up Zombie because Zombie has very sensitive hearing and Zombie must plug up her ears. Yeah, for me personally, I have a hard time sleeping in the same room as anybody. I don't know, because for that reason, it's like, intruder alert.
Yeah. Must be hyper. Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did a lot of cooking. My garden is just exploding, and I have gigantic zucchinis.
Oh my god, the fucking zuck bread that you made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, that fucking monster of a zucchini, though. I was like, Jesus Christ, that is a newborn baby.
Long zucchini. Zucchini don't grow.
They don't grow, they spawn. Yes.
They seriously do, I swear.
They mate and have babies. Actually, no, they spawn like fucking Minecraft bullshit.
Yes, they do. They fucking just spawn out of thin air.
It's like you could have none one day. Next thing you know, where the hell did 5 massive cock-shaped fuckers come from? God damn. It's the size of a Datsun, not a Mini.
First of all, it called for an entire tablespoon of cinnamon. I did not do that.
Oh god, the cinnamon bread. Literally, that's what you're making if you're putting that much in.
The fuck? Are you making this for an old person? Like, who uses an entire tablespoon of cinnamon? Unless they're doing a cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, it's nasty.
It's just like, ugh. And so I did not do that. I mixed it with I dialed it back a lot and mixed it with some other spices. And I also added some Grape Galaxy. No, that is not a cool, like, I didn't put a cool tie-dye shirt in my bread. What I put in my bread was cannabis extract of an indica called Grape Galaxy. And that bread was definitely hard-hitting.
Yeah, from what I hear, it's gonna knock you on your ass. Like, that's how strong that shit is.
Yeah.
It's like you put a commercial sized vial into a normal batch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I pretty much dumped the entire thing in there. Which is why when I gave it, so the dispensary I bought it, the concentrate from, I gave some slices to them as thanks, but I did warn them. I was like, this thing will put you on the ground. Fair warning.
Oh yeah, that's right. Zombie's gonna try to send me some, and it's probably gonna knock me on my ass because I'm used to hybrids.
Yeah, if you're used to hybrids, this one's gonna be a little more sedative than a hybrid.
I mean, at least I'll be able to sleep for a week.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is true. You did, but I was the one who made everything else.
Oh yeah, speaking of getting the fucked up, supposedly Terrifier 4 is going to start filming September 21st in, I believe, New York, from what I've heard. So, yay, the fourth film's in process.
Woo! What else did we do? I mean, there were some redacted.
Oh, my question is did Joey bitch at them the entire time like she did the first time?
I'll let them answer that question.
Oh, answer the question about a Joey.
Did Joey bitch at you all the time, Kay? Yep.
Yes. They're like, can confirm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like any visitors. Meow, meow, meow.
Yep.
Or even to her own mother. Meow, meow.
Yes, she loves the squishes.
Yaw.
She loves the squishes and the smooshes.
I mean, hey, it's great having Kay over there because since you are allergic to cats.
Well, they're allergic to cats too, but nowhere near as badly as I am.
Right. They're kind of like me. It's just like, you can cuddle a cat, but I have to wash my hands afterwards. I can't let them near my face.
They get a runny nose and itchy eyes. I get runny nose, itchy eyes, difficulty breathing, and hives.
You're like anaphylaxis. Yep.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's like I've been getting some huge vegetables out in my garden, namely the zucchinis. Some of the beets, though, too. Some of the beets have gotten pretty big. Very tasty.
You might, now that I think about it, you might be able to make a youth-friendly version of like zucchini parmesan or something, or like if you grow eggplant.
Yeah, I don't know if eggplant can. Maybe the Iranian eggplant could, but
yes, the potats are small.
Oh yeah, the potats were small. But the zucchini, huge. Like I got a 14-inch one. Then I did not use the 14-inch one for the bread. I used that one for soup. I made soup with that one, basically garden soup, because it was primarily vegetables from my garden. Then there was a 12-inch one. That's the one I used for the zucchini bread.
Good soup.
And recently I used an 11-inch long one to make veggie stew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had to prune back my basil plant quite a bit because it was starting to get sun scald from the arrow garden light.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I clipped back that I couldn't use, I gave to the hissers, and ooh, those nymphs and subadults will fucking destroy anything you put in there. And they love their leafy greens.
I did find out that I cannot have sativa.
Oh yeah, you had a violent fucking contact reaction. You didn't even ingest anything.
No, I didn't. I just got a contact high, and like it was kind of confusing me for a little while because I would have these violent crying and sobbing fits and just so overwhelmed, and it felt like my heart was racing, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then I made the connection with the fact that Kay, that I would hang out with Kay before outdoors before bed, and I was like, oh, I think that's it.
Yep. So yeah, the stimulant part of that is essentially giving you the worst of everything mentally wrong with you.
Yep.
Like heightened anxiety and all all that shit.
And so Weedy, I am not going to be able to partake of anything that comes out of Weedy because Weedy is also a sativa.
Right.
Which Weedy's got tons and tons of buds now.
Nice.
It's insane. Meanwhile, you smoke everything. At least everything green.
Yeah, I would love to one day be able to make my own, laced cookies, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna make more laced zucchini bread.
Makes my eyes green.
I mean, your eyes stay blue, a very pretty blue. With whatever Weedy makes, Weedy, if I can remember, is a Chiquita Sunrise strain. And from what I understand, those have like kind of a lemony quality. And so I'm thinking that I could put it in sugar cookies, maybe.
Ooh, yeah, that sounds good.
Mm-hmm. So I'll have to be sure. I'll need help measuring out how much I put in because otherwise I could make folks' hearts erupt from their chests.
Yeah, you might actually kill someone.
Yeah. Get purple food coloring? Why?
Oh, to make the loaf purple. Ooh, yes. I'm down for that. I love galaxy themed stuff.
I don't want to put food coloring in it though. I just want to make my regular sugar cookies.
Right now, I want sugar cookies. I was supposed to say, do I need to put you both in timeout? Y'all arguing over fucking cookies? Well, you are the baker, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
My baking skills are very limited. I mean, I can bake a few things, but I would have to have directions down to the fucking, molecule of ingredient to fucking get that shit right.
I will not be contained.
Yes, essentially. Yeah. I will not be caged.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was pretty much me. Oh my god, the other fucking week. Like, I was talking to Zombie on our Discord, and I was, scrolling through TikTok, and I see what looks like, the grabber's mask from, the Black Phone films, for sale as a mask at Walmart. I'm like, no, that's fucking fake. I go to the Walmart website. I type in the masks. They are fucking selling it for $12, and I'm like, you know what? If they have it in my local Walmart, I'll get it. I go to my local Walmart because I was already gonna go there anyway, regardless. They had the fucking mask, and I fucking bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hanging on my wall right now. Look, it fits the the little mask wall I have going on now.
Oh, right. We haven't done an update on the mysterious package that I sent you since last we spoke.
Oh yeah, that's right. Fucking little Nelly. She's still holding up the Home Sweet Haunted Home sign, which I appreciate. Mm-hmm. I still love that I kind of unintentionally put her in a position where it looks like she's watching TV. It's actually kind of cute.
Yes, I pounced you with good fortune.
Right. It's like I have a 36th child now, and I'm still so behind on doll videos. I still haven't made the ones for the care package from, Barb with the little dolls from the 50s. I still haven't made those videos yet. I have like everybody's name and picture like saved in my phone, so I could go back to like, okay, this one's, Aaron,
mm-hmm.
and whatnot. But Nelly, I just kept that tag that came with her. It's around her wrist like a little bracelet.
No.
But it's funny that I get a doll named Nelly, and then I, unintentionally want to rewatch, Haunting of Hill House. And I'm like, fuck, what? The fucking bent neck lady's name is Nelly. Shit. It's like for that night, I was just eyeing, the doll. I'm like, please don't make me hang myself, please. But no, she's a good girl. She's a good doll. And she's right next to Jessie, too.
Yes.
It's like I have so many children, and since I've put up my little Halloween tree, I've had to move the gnomes over to the dolls. So that looks like a cry for help. But it's only temporary because actually no, it'll probably be until after Christmas because I'll have the little Glamrock mini tree up in my room. And then every year, if anyone's ever caught on, if you've been subscribed to the channel for a few years, every Christmas season, I'll take a picture of my little mini tree, which I call the Glamrock tree because it's, a pink foil tree with a bunch of like crazy random fucking ornaments on it that make no fucking sense. They're all colorful too. And I would take the doll that Zombie sent me named Jessie, who's in a little Christmas dress, and take a picture of her with a treat, like every year, almost like a little Christmas card in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And I always send it to Zombie too.
Yes.
Like, there's your little girl celebrating Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Because like any vintage or antique items I'm given, I take very good care of.
I want to say Nelly is from either 2000 or 2001, but I want to say 2000.
Yeah, I would say at oldest, maybe late 90s, if at oldest.
Well, it's on her tag.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And I want to say it says 2000.
Huh. Yep, 25 years old is definitely vintage.
You got a doll from the centennial year.
Bitch, I was sitting alive during the centennial year. I'm kidding.
I mean, I have one of my favorite snow globes is one from New Year's in 2000.
Oh, nice.
It all went downhill from there.
Yep.
We had such high hopes.
Yep. Yeah, Nelly has definitely integrated into the doll family. No one's objected to her joining. It's like, especially because I worry with Miki, because Miki, I can't put her with a lot of things or she'll break them. Yeah, like I made the mistake of putting that little food dog statue next to her, and next thing you know, my brand new Blu-ray player stops working. It's like, all right, point taken. I will move you immediately. But I've noticed that she definitely loves being around other dolls, so that definitely helps.
Like I said, she probably thinks that, she has a bunch of dolls.
Right. It's like I'm just supplying her with toys, essentially.
Yep.
Well, there's been confirmed activity with two other of my dolls, Darla from the 50s. I forget her brand name of doll. I want to say it's on a printed thing on like her leg or something. I'll look when I'm not, trashed. She's the one who blew up my mom's space heater because mom knocked her over. So yeah, she's an arsonist. And then you have Abby, my my doll from the 1860s. There we go. So yeah, my Civil War era doll. It's like I fucking use an app on my phone that's like the ghost box deal, and fucking put it right near the doll, and I hear mine. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck this noise. All right. So we're deleting this app. So yeah, so at the most 3 children are enjoying 33 of the dolls. And Miki's
they're
even
all hanging out.
right. The fucking Miki even affected your fucking life at one point when you lived in Washington State.
Yeah, when a water jug just spontaneously appeared behind me.
Mm-hmm.
That was freaky. I still have no explanation for that.
Right. Like there was that one time we were both on a video call, myself and Zombie, and the feeds just started getting like really fucked up and corrupted. And that was around the time I started talking about Miki, and I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Went up, got the doll, put the doll in my lap. The fucking video feed returns to normal, and it's running great.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, little girl, you just want to be involved in the conversation?
Mm-hmm. I mean, at least we know she understands English.
I don't know that much Japanese.
Yeah, I know. At one point I actually knew conversational German because of Rammstein and In Extremo.
I mean, what's more metal than that?
Right. Like I literally learned German from heavy metal.
Right.
I've lost almost all that knowledge now, but at one point I probably could hold a conversation with a German person.
I mean, at one point in my life, I don't remember any of this now, but at one point I actually did know a conversational Vietnamese because I had Vietnamese neighbors when I lived with my dad, like straight off the boat. Nice kids though.
Mm-hmm. I knew a Vietnamese person who was like, he just had the wildest fucking stories. He would talk about, like, he would start talking and everybody in the GED class would just kind of gather around him.
Right, like, oh, it's story time.
Uh-huh. And he talked about everything from, like, disarming bombs to eating tarantulas and hunting venomous snakes.
Mm.
And he was also in the Vietnamese military, so there's that.
I actually like old folks like that have like these wild ass stories from their past.
Old. He was like maybe 40 at the oldest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Apparently, in Vietnam, you are conscripted into the military the moment you exit school.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, he was in the Vietnamese military. He had stories about that too. And yeah, everybody would just like sit around him and listen.
I mean, hell, I would have. It's like, ooh, this is interesting.
Mhm.
God, that reminds me of one of the customers I used to have when I worked with the cell phones. And it was this lady who's trying to get a phone from her dad. Her dad was originally an asylum seeker from Vietnam during the Vietnam War.
Mhm.
His family sought out asylum, and I want to believe in Hong Kong,
Mhm.
and just kind of traveled from there. And they were finally able to get to to the United States, and it was wild her telling me this because at that point I don't know why I mentioned that my dad was a Vietnam vet, but I did. And she was just like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" I'm like, "Yes," but she said that is so awesome because the American soldiers, at least their experience with them was that the dad and his family essentially were helped by the GIs. They weren't being murdered and being considered Viet Cong and whatnot, so they were able to escape. But yeah, fast forward to now. I to then, not now, obviously. Time travel works weird when you're stoned, so don't mind me. Um, yeah, we're gonna be
Or
going down
when
a
you're
rabbit
just
hole.
a plain ditz like me.
Yeah, that too. But yeah, I help him get a phone and everything that's appropriate for him and for his needs and whatnot. And it was actually so cool because a few weeks later, she came back. Her dad went back to you know back to his. I'm so used to saying the name of the town. I'm trying not to say the name of it. But a few towns over, he went back to where he was living, and she was so thankful that I helped her and her dad out. And it was funny because she's like, "What time you get off work?" And I'm like, 3. And she's like, "Okay." And then she fucking leaves. I'm like, "All right." She comes back like not even an hour later with a fucking cake, and there was a Buddhist blessing written on it in icing, and
Aw.
in Vietnamese. It was very thoughtful. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Thank you so much." But yeah, I definitely was not expecting that shit. But
I'm trying to think of like, I mean, I always get these like, I get a lot of praises from adults, um,
Mhm.
of like my maturity and intellect. I think I have neither, but whatever helps me sleep at night. Um,
Right.
and like, yeah, I've had folks like, I mean, like the morally confused Trumpy. She sang my songs and praises over my intellect and capacity for empathy. She makes no sense to me, but that is another topic entirely. Um,
She is also a unicorn in her own right.
I don't understand her at all. Like she is, she has gay children.
Mhm.
She is for gender affirming care. She has, is for Medicare for all.
Mhm.
Like she has all these progressive policies, but voted for Trump because religion.
Right.
And it just like almost broke my brain. I was like, the fuck?
Mhm.
And eventually I'm just like, religion really does prey on the vulnerable and stupid.
Mhm.
Cause yeah, it just did not make any sense. But no, I've gotten like lots of praises for that kind of thing. Oh, I
Mhm.
did get a Japanese man's stamp of approval of my drawing of a Japanese dragon.
Nice.
Because I was on one of the high-speed trains, and I just felt like killing time, so I started drawing. And he was like watching the entire time. And finally he was like, this is very good, but there are a few things. And he like takes some paper and draws. He's like, there are usually lightning bolts.
Nice. Okay, that's
like,
awesome though.
It is very good. It is very good.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, thank you.
Right.
I will take your wisdom and apply it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been a wild past 3 weeks, it seems like.
Mm.
It's like whatever. It's like what happens when we go on sabbatical? Well, a lot of bad shit.
Yep. Assassinations, political machinations.
Yep.
What else? No clue. I can't remember.
Actually, one good thing happened. Yesterday was the start of national hit. God, what the fuck is it called? I posted about it earlier. Golly,
You sound like
like
me.
the words are escaping me today, and I fucking hate it. God,
Yeah, you sound like me.
fucking hell. National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Mhm.
And like at my job, I do work with a lot of Latino women, mainly. And there's like a little mini potluck, and I got to learn from one of my managers a little bit more about El Salvadorian culture, and that it was also Independence Day for a lot of Latin countries, including El Salvador. So she was showing me TikToks of like the parades that are going on in El Salvador. I'm like, oh my god, it's so pretty.
Oh, there's been a shooting.
Oh, fucking hell. It all comes full circle
Shooting in
again.
York County,
Oh, Lord.
Sylvania, York. Three police officers killed in shooting in southern
Ooh.
Pennsylvania. 3 officers
Ooh.
fatally shot, 2 wounded.
Damn.
So, yep, there's another shooting.
It's like it's a vicious cycle, isn't it?
Mhm.
It's like, good Lord, have mercy. But as we wrap things up, how you doing, Kay? I forgot to ask you that earlier. Then I remembered you were in chat. And now I want galaxy cookies. Son of a bitch.
I could probably make like real ones with blackberries.
Ooh, nice. Oh, man. I mean, same. Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, I've been feeling under the weather for days too. I think it's just fuckery.
Yep. But thanks everyone for coming out, giving a watch, listening to our bullshit and whatnot.
Mhm.
So everyone have a good night. See y'all next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.